Here we go. We are live. Welcome to Transcend with Debbie. Woo! I love to work with you, Lauri. Oh my gosh. Every time. I think it's almost a year that we hooked up. We're almost there. I know we met beforehand, but we went live before and we talked about your manifestation book and we talked about all kinds of different things because you're just like this ball of wisdom walking girl. Like I know when I talk to you, it's like I'm doing this. I'm writing a book. I'm in meditation.
But you know what? I think our energies, like, because you're so high vibrational and I'm so high vibrational, that we just really complement each other that way. I love that.
Me too. You know, Reverend Jay is in the house. Hello.
Hey, Rev.
Hey, Rev.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to try and share this. So I share the screen. How do I do that?
If you go to the page and it says that we're live, it'll let you show that we're live. It'll say.
We have to go to the actual page.
Yeah, you got to go to the group.
Okay, sorry guys. Let me just.
But you can also share it even after, so it's totally cool. So this is going to be shared everywhere when we're done.
Okay, cool.
So awesome. When you were saying we're high vibration, I totally get this imagery of like Tasmanian devil, like. So we coming in hot.
We are. Yep.
Coming in hot. So today is about chakra, the chakra work, the chakra love. And I think it's so important because a lot of people be like, I don't deal with no chakras. I don't work on my chakras. I'm like, what are the chakras? So, I felt like let's talk about that. Let's open it up a little bit. And for those who definitely want to understand it in a different way, or this is a time, right? So first, if you don't mind, Miss Lauri, just talk a little bit about yourself so people who are listening will know who are you and what you do.
Who am I? Okay, so my name is Lauri Albert. I consider myself a spiritual luminary. And what that means is I just adopted that not too long ago because it kind of encompasses everything that I do. Because my main goal is to help people to turn their inner soul light on. Yeah. Right. And that's what I feel like that I've been called to do. Now, how that looks for an individual is whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just so beautiful to be able, I'm like the most blessed person on the planet. You and I are very, very blessed, right? I'm just so blessed that I'm able to teach people how to become a spiritual medium and to listen to open up their chakras and utilize the gifts of the chakras. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There are so many gifts within the chakra system. And I think people just think, oh, it's energy and blah, blah, blah. But no, it's so much more than that. And that's so. Yeah.
And it's true, and I feel like what you're saying is that you're igniting the fire within so they can empower themselves to make their own decisions. Because as we unlock, it's like you're unlocking from the key, right? Like, here's your key. Let's unlock the chakra system. And I think that is so true. I love that you're saying that. Hi, Monica. Hello, Diane from Las Vegas. Hello, Allison Moody from the UK. I'm so grateful that you ladies are here. I know it's early. I know it's Sunday. And I truly appreciate you guys just jumping on with us. And what are chakras, Lauri? What are they? How would you describe them?
Chakras. Well, the chakras, and this is what, how we talk about energy in the world and all that stuff. But guess what? Our body has energy too. Okay. So whenever I talk about the chakras, they are obviously the energy centers of our body. Now, there are 7 main ones, and those are the ones that you always see, the colors, the beautiful colors, and, all of that stuff. But there's like thousands of them.
Yeah.
And it's what I love. Okay, so this is me getting all excited about talking about this.
Let's do it, girl.
What's so fascinating is, and I don't know if it's 100% connected, but it would make so much sense if it was. Like, I do acupuncture. Okay. Yes. I don't do acupuncture. I receive acupuncture. I just want to be really clear, right?
Yeah.
Where all the energy within the points where you get the needles put in.
Yes.
I think that those all relate to, and again, I don't know this to be true, but it makes sense because whenever you get acupuncture, the needles go in and they help to release the energy and make the energy flow better through your body. So I think it's all connected.
Yes. And I agree with you. I'll never forget my first experience with acupuncture, you know, so I went and she put the needle right in the top of my head. Have you ever seen the movie Kung Fu Panda? The cartoon
No,
Kung Fu?
no,
Okay,
I haven't.
well, he literally just lays out, pow! And so for me, I'm just like, I'm getting sleepy, and I'm like, and me, I want to fight everything and control it. So I'm like, is this supposed to happen? Am I supposed to knock out? Like, I'm like, okay, Debbie, just go with it. Let it happen. Let it happen. And I'm fighting it. I'm up. I got this. I'm not knocking out. So after a while, I just kind of just surrendered and let that just kind of go with wherever it needed to go. But I love that you say that. And I agree with you.
I put my hand over my mouth because I realized as you were saying that, I got, and I'm really careful. I used to get acupuncture, and she would put one in there, and I finally said, no, you can't go near my third eye. Nope,
Yeah.
I'm not going near my third eye. But anyway, the other day, he put a needle right here, and I blacked out a little bit.
Yeah.
I realized, oh my God.
Yeah. And you know what? As quick as you go in, because you're all excited, and then as quick as you leave, like, I don't have any needles on me. Am I good? Like,
right.
I'm like checking myself. But it's so true. She says it makes sense because the chakras are not just the center of our bodies. They're fully in our arms, our body, arms, legs included. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I love how they're connected to the aura, right? So now it expands, and we're like, we're just on fire, girl. Your chakras are aligned. We're all vibrant, and we're feeling good. We're feeling flossy. So this is like totally awesome, because the next question is, how do the chakra system connect to your intuition? Like,
many ways,
right? Obviously, I was knocking out.
You take this one.
Well, you know, if our senses are connected, right? So if we're connected to our hearing, our knowing, it's like, it's all our clairs, right? If we're connected to all our clairs, that's how, if we're, let's say, physically not, and this is perfect example. And I love that this is happening because I had just recently been sick. And I went into a gallery and I was able to do the read. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Spirit. However, there's a different feel. It wasn't as close as I normally would bring in spirit. And my teacher goes, Debbie, well, where were you at emotionally, or where were you at physically? And I was like, you're right. I just finished recovering from being sick for 3 weeks. And I jumped into a gallery that Sunday. Thank you that spirit shows up, but she goes, they can only work with us at the caliber that our body is going to allow the connection. And so if we're unhealthy, if we have things that are needing to be looked at, whether it's your organs that are connected to the chakra system, if you're not addressing that issue, you're pulling on the higher chakra systems and it's depleting the others. And so that gives you like, oh, I need to work on that. Okay, yeah. All right. I know that about me. Like, that's what's up. And so we really do, it really brings and here's the beautiful part, Lauri, as you said, it brings the power back to thyself, empowering yourself to bring yourself back to wellness. And this is like, we don't realize it. You know, we don't talk about this all the time. We're always like, I want to open up my third eye. I want to see, and la, 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 I want to know. But really, it's bringing it all back to the wellness of the optimal highest level. When I work, here's a trick, y'all. I light a little candle and I say, restore love in all areas of my life for me and everyone that I connect to, and bring it back to the highest optimal level of my well-being. And it's like, this is just sending it out to the universe of like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be okay. And everyone that I work with, this is collectively my prayer for all. So now you have a little prayer that you hear from me. That's how I work.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so incredibly beautiful, you know, because that's what it's about. You know, we're not that we have to be 100% aligned 100% of the time, because we're humans, right?
Yes.
But I really believe that if let's just say our chakras are a little out of whack or something, if you meditate beforehand and you open up your chakras and you give it over to the highest and greatest good, whether it's reading or whether it's a class or whatever, spirit will take care of you.
Always.
You know?
Always. And don't get me wrong, I'll get scared. I'll be nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm going in. But I still, my chakra systems will like. So
true.
So how do you clear out your chakras? Like you said, you just meditate. Is that all you do?
Well, no, I do a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, right? Let's hear. So tell us more, girl.
I know, right? Well, I'm a little bit, okay. So anybody that's here on this is going to understand. Okay, so I am a little bit weird in my own right, but aren't we all,
Yeah, girl.
If I feel like I'm like, as what I usually do is, I'm sorry, I keep deciding to go down a lane of what I want to talk about. And then I'm like, wait, I need to go back and explain this first. Wait, I knew. So
she said, hold on.
I know, right? Woo. When I meditate, I know. I love my weirdness. I own my weird.
Embrace it, girl. Embrace it.
Right.
Be unique, beautiful. Mm-hmm.
I know. Weird is awesome. But anyway, so when I meditate before, like, because I do lives almost every day, right?
You do.
So what I do is I'll open up my chakras, and if I have time, I don't do this every day, sadly. But if I have time, I will like really focus on them and see which one just feels a little less bright.
Yeah.
Because what I've been doing lately is that it's not just about, focusing on your root chakra and getting it spinning. Right?
Yes.
That. But you know what I've been doing lately is imagining it bright. Like I imagine like it being a sparkling, beautiful red ball of light. Right?
Yes.
And so now when I open up those chakras, sometimes like one will be a little bit less bright, or it'll be a little too bright, because it can go both ways.
Yes.
It can be underactive or it can be overactive. Right?
Yes. I love that.
So let's just say that my sacral chakra is a little underactive. Let's just say, right?
Yeah.
I might wear orange clothing that day. I might eat an orange for lunch or something like that.
Yes, girl.
And I will focus on creativity, or passion, because passion, your sacral chakra isn't necessarily just about sex, right? A lot of people call it the sex chakra.
That's
but it's
right.
not just about that. It's about passion for it all,
Yes.
So that's what I do. And I, when I have time, because it does take some time. And I think that, we as light workers, and I'm sure you can understand this, our chakras are open a lot.
Yes.
And so they can wave in and out. Now, the other thing I want to say about this is, sorry, I'm talking a lot here, but
no, I'm excited because I'm going to pull something up
about all this, right?
No, you're doing great.
As light workers, and anybody that's on here that is a light worker should know this and live this. When you're finished doing your live, or doing a session, or even just meditating, make sure, and your chakras are open, make sure you close them down. Very, very important, because that when you're open and you're in your special place, I'm in the spirit room, right? This is my space. But when I leave the spirit room, I need to make sure that my chakras are closed, because if your energy is still open and you go, let's just say you go to the grocery store, there's all sorts of weird energies in the grocery store and other stores that I will not mention, but so you might sort of an energy may like attach onto you.
Or you might just feel everybody's stuff.
Or you might feel everybody's stuff.
Keep
yourself protected and keep the chakras protected. So,
and I think when you say that, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm not closing my chakras. I want to know what's up. And so, and know that everything that we do, that we open and close, you can see and feel everything. So I gotta show you something, okay? So this is part of one of my classes, and this is just doing like, I don't know if you could see it. It's like a little grid, a little self check-in.
Oh my God.
It's like a little chart. And then it's like, where's your spiritual body at? How much rest are you getting? How much water are you getting? How much sunlight? Like how much physical activity? This kind of gives you a visual on your mental body, emotional body, where you're at. I couldn't find my other picture, but I'm not a good drawer, but I got to show you this, okay? So I have my students draw a little stick of them and just kind of get the colors of the chakra system and draw the little wheel spinning. And it really will show you how you are. This was, I want to say this was later in the beginning of my day. So these are my chakra systems. Love my curly hair. I'm on fire, right?
I love that. Oh
but if you see my crown chakra is like, it's like all open, right? Yeah. But it's all balanced. If you see, except for the solar plexus, it's open a little more. The throat chakra is a little open. And so if you notice also the pencil, how it goes even deeper. So it's like there's something there as you're looking into the chakra system. If you're reading it, it's like, why is there a darkness around the throat? So there's more work that needs to be done. And then I had them go around their auric field and bring in the colors around their aura field and bring awareness to how it's connected to the root chakra. And so as I taught in the morning and I taught at night, and what was super cute is that by the nighttime, my chakras were all out of line. They were like, I couldn't find the picture because I usually save it in here, but one was like way open and one was like, shoo, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's like literally when you wake up like a princess and then you go back to work and you're like, ah! So I definitely did that. Hi, Sheila. Sheila's in the house. Thank you so much for being here.
That's awesome.
So it's like, how do we bring the awareness back to thyself? And this is really what it's about. It's bringing in the wellness. It's bringing in the balance. And I have seen where the solar plex chakra will be out of alignment and it's sitting way up in your heart when it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be pulled and gently aligned, but don't be hard on yourself because it happens.
Yeah.
We are living in a life and society that things are, we're like going, we're doing things, we're constantly busy. And they're, like you said, if you're in the market, if you're doing things, we are those spiritual beings. Sometimes we pop open and we open up. And so even though you close, don't get me wrong, you're still going to pop open. How you doing? And so it's important. It's important just to bring the energy back to thyself. And I think that's what the chakra system allows you, because they are connected to our organs as well energetically. So if you're saying, oh my gosh, my stomach hurts, can you feel that? That's the solar plex, or like that butterfly feeling sensation, or like all of a sudden.
Wait a minute, are you like psychic or something? Because I've had an upset stomach these last couple of days. Are you like psychic?
Well, we don't talk about that, but I'm just kind of, spirit knows what needs to be said, right? Spirit knows. And for those that are listening, it's like if we get that knot in our throat, right? If we get that knot in our throat, like, why? What are you not speaking up? What is happening? And then it manifests into the physical realm of like, okay, now it's a physical thing you got to work through. And sometimes, it's unfortunate, but there's things that we can look at that are blocked, and there are things when we're beautiful and vibrant, and there's not to be any judgment on it. It's just an awareness. Like you said, if you're working with the sacral, you eat the oranges, you eat the orange, drink the orange juice, wear orange, be creative, play. And it's just like, play some music to balance that out. So I love that.
You know, what's really fascinating about that is I've always had an issue with, I'm very outspoken. I live my truth. Okay. My throat chakra has always been, and before I even knew what the chakras were, right? They've always been this thing, right? Very interestingly, I'm trying to figure out how far back to go on this too. But once I started realizing what the chakras were and all that kind of stuff, I started recognizing that sometimes mine is overly open. Right now, check this out. Now, because this is like of all the chakras, this is the one that I've always just kind of, this one in my solar plexus always just kind of connected with a little bit more. I don't understand why that would be, but anyway, so I developed a disease called Hashimoto's. It's the thyroid disease.
I remember. Yes.
Right now, guess what food is really, really good for the autoimmune disease Hashimoto's?
Oh, you gotta tell me, girl.
Blueberries.
Well, it's blue. It's blueberries and blue, and you can
not even connected with like the chakra system. They're always just saying, like, whenever I talk, like I hear about like Hashimoto stuff, it's like blueberries are like really, really good for it. Isn't that amazing? Like without even knowing it, like it being a real thing.
Yeah,
it is really real.
Do you eat the blueberries? Do you follow the push? You know how when I started doing Reiki, Lauri, and when I first started my journey, and I would teach and I would tell them, you're the doctor or the nurse, and they're coming to see you, and you sit with spirit and you go through the chakra system and say what chakra needs to be worked on, and then because we're intuitive, we're we're sitting and we're bringing in that energy, right? And so when you leave, write a prescription out. Like for those who, here's a little tip that I used to do for those that are listening. Okay, I can see that we're going to work on the solar plex, and I can see that it would be helpful for you to work with this area. Wear the yellow, really focus on your power and give some affirmations and give that prescription to bring tips and awareness for them to do the work.
Right.
And for them, then this is again igniting the power back within their soul. Yes. So you as an empowerment teacher, me growing as that empowerment teacher, is really bringing the awareness back to you, because you are the one that's going to walk the walk. You're the one that's going to be sitting in those emotions and what you're feeling, and you're going to decide whether you're tired and you're wanting to make that change. When you make that, it's so much more powerful, right? Yeah. And so as a Reiki practitioner, that is how I flowed. And so it's like you sit, you acknowledge where we're going to go, you listen to what they bring to the table, you allow the energy to flow, and then you write a little script, a little thing. And then when they come back, you keep a folder and you say, okay, babe, this is what we did last time. Where are we at today? Because you do get those that come back for the session. Yeah. And so this is just the way I used to work when I did the in-home Reiki and, back in the days. Great. Yeah. So it's important, like going back to the basics, right? This is,
but you know what? And you know what? It's interesting. I just had a thought. Mm-hmm. I'm always talking about keeping a gratitude journal. Right? Yes. Manifestation journal, like my book and all that stuff, right? Yeah. I'm always talking about that. But I just realized as you were saying that, keeping a chakra journal. Yeah. When you close your eyes, what color comes into your brain first thing?
Well, when I don't even close my eyes, spirit just tells me blue.
Oh, all the time?
Well, right now I just got blue.
Oh, that's great. See? Isn't that awesome? Like, I wonder, if you meditate, just before you meditate, maybe set an intention, show me what chakra needs to be worked on today. What chakra needs to be loved today? I love that. Oh my gosh, that's a fun idea.
But that's so perfect, and I think too, everyone says, Lauri, I want to open up my third eye. What do you do for that, Lauri? Like when people are saying, hey, help me with this third eye issue, I need some love here. What do you do for them to help?
I need some love here. My third eye needs love.
So for me, I'll give you a trick. I had a teacher who taught us like that energetic, really clearing, right? So if everything is our imagination, just imagine that you're opening it up and you're just like a little tire pressure and you're unscrewing it and just letting it seep all the energy out. So the clearing is going to be important because we store energy. Right. So the chakra system does store memory of everything we do. It's like our little computer to life, right? Yeah. And so as you're releasing whatever needs to be released and just visualize it leaving, don't forget to close it up. I know it sounds crazy, but we're in the imagination world right now. You're playing with us. And so this is little tips and things. And so for me, you can either just visualize. I always get a little flower of some sort and that it's spinning. And so it's always about releasing first. Right. And so it's about letting go, putting words to what is that you're working through and acknowledging those words and then just kind of letting it purge out. So I know it sounds funny, but we're going to release and spinning them, gets them fired up, going opposite, clearing it out 21 times, and then going back 21 times. And don't forget, they go from the front to the back.
From the front and the back.
So you're visualizing from inside of you, the energy going, or you bring the lights. Yeah. You can bring in that light, energetic energy work and just allow the energy to flow because it's energy and you can push it, you can release it, and it's just be gentle and
Now, so one of the ladies that I used to follow, actually I still follow her, but she showed me, or she gave me a visual. She gave everybody a visual. It wasn't just me. This visual,
but it was for you specifically,
right? Well, I took it on. Let's just say,
that's what I'm saying. It's in your pocket.
It really relates to what you were just talking about, and it's really fascinating. Okay, so and this is for all the chakras, okay? But I'm just going to use the third eye as the example. So deep within our mind is the gland.
Pineal gland. Mm-hmm.
You're right. 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 Yeah. And basically what she had us envision is like a cone. And the cone, the cone comes out like this.
Yes.
And then the 2 points, the ends, like ice cream cone. Okay. So just imagine the pointy ends of ice cream cones meeting in almost touching at the center of your brain in the pineal. How do you pronounce that? Pineal gland?
Pineal gland. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got it, girl. You got it.
And they meet in there, and then the cones themselves are, they expand out. So out in front of you is like the part where the ice cream would go, right?
Yeah.
And so they meet. And so then what you do is you imagine those cones spinning in different directions, like counterclockwise in front of you and clockwise behind you.
Yes.
And so opposite. And so apparently, this is what she said, the energy comes in through the back and then is released through the front.
And it's true.
And I was like, that is so freaking cool. And I'd never heard it anywhere before. I've never heard it anywhere since, but I love the visual.
Yeah.
And so whenever I'm opening my chakras, that's what I imagine all through all of them. So,
and do you work with color when you're doing that, or do you just work with white? Like, what do you do when you're doing that?
When I'm doing that, or just opening them up?
Yeah, when you're opening up and you're visualizing that they're purifying. Do you bring in color?
It's morphed over the years. I don't know about you, but mine is like morphed. Okay, so I started out just imagine this big ball, but then I went to the cones. So I would do the cones and I would imagine the cones. And then, but now, I was mentioning this before, I imagine a beautiful ball of light just wherever that chakra is supposed to be. And I imagine it sparkling and glistening, right? And so whenever I do like chakra, because I do development circles, okay?
Yes.
So whenever I lead that, I always, I lead the thing to open up. And I always have everybody imagine that it's this, like starting with the root chakra, this big ball of beautiful red light, and it's sparkling and sparkling, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going all through your body and then all into the room where you are.
Yeah.
Holy crap. You do that for all of the chakras. Well, also that, I'm telling you, the high vibration aspect of that is just absolutely incredible.
And that's the alchemy, y'all, for everyone that's listening. We don't need to know what's sitting there. We don't got to put a label. You just let the energy come in such a beautiful, natural, organic way. And I love that. I can literally see you having the little gold shimmer sparkling around you, Lauri. That's beautiful. Cool. Yeah. So when someone's in their awakening and they're beginning this work, so you said you talked about the 7 chakras. What chakras do you give your students to work on first?
Well, I got to be honest. When somebody comes to me before I have a class coming up, by the way. It starts in 2 weeks. It's on Saturday. It's 4 Saturdays in a row. It's from 11 to 1, 4 Saturdays in a row. You can go to my website, laurialbert.com, and it has it on there. Okay. So anyway, okay. So me saying that, so what I tell people to do, I take it back to the sort of, and I make it sort of organic. I'll just say it that way, right? I don't say like you need to do this or you need to do that. I say set the intention and set what you want. I want, like when I'm opening, like, and is my third, like if I get the question a lot, is my third eye open?
Oh, that's a big
what I say. I say, you know what? I'm going to let you figure that out. Okay. Yes. But what I want you to do is set the intention.
Yes.
That I'm going to see my third eye and I'm going to know if it's open or whatever. I'm going to know what I have to do. Right. Yes. And then, I tell them to meditate, set the intention, and then do a nice meditation on it. And the reason I do that, because I found over the years that I get asked about, is my third eye open? Do I have spirit guides? Who are my spirit guides? Blah, blah, all these questions. And for a while, I used to answer those questions.
Yeah.
Now, I think that we're letting people off easy when we tell them stuff. I really do.
Yeah.
And I tell people, especially the spirit guide the spirit guide question. You need to go find that out yourself. And I will give you meditations that you can do and lead you to a place where you can meet your spirit guide.
That's right.
You need to do that work. What's their name? That's the next question I always get. What's my spirit guide's name? You need to find that out yourself.
Yeah. And it's like a friendship. So in
Yes.
spirit world, you're developing in what we call communing, right? So if you're ready and you're beginning, now we're stepping a little bit out of the chakra system and we're going into another level of almost like a form of mediumship, right? So communing, you're giving permission for a soul from the other side to blend and connect with you.
Yes.
Meditation is the way to bring them in, sitting in the power, connecting to that power and the energy, allowing you to develop the power to give them the opportunity to come closer. So the
Right.
more you sit in the power, the stronger your own power grows. And that's your own power. And you're developing and enhancing yourself and your well being because that's the deepest
Yeah.
connection we can go into. And
Yeah.
so for me, I love that you say, I'm going to give you a meditation. And I'm exactly like you, Lauri. And I love that. Meditate, bring them in, and you start to develop that rapport and feel into that. What are this? Use the senses. So how do you get a scent? Do you have some type of feeling, a sensation in the right side and the left side? So I mean, this can go on. So
Yeah.
you guys got to listen to Lauri, follow her class that she's offering. We're gonna put some cards in a minute, but I know we
Love
talked
it.
about clearing them, balancing them, Reiki practitioner, meditation, do the little light exercises. These will keep you flossy and feeling good. And
And you
always,
know what, too?
yeah,
I want to say one other thing. I feel, I'm sorry, Spirit's like talking to me in my head.
say it, girl, say
I
it.
want to say, too, is that if you want to, and this is a good sort of little exercise that you can do, if you want to figure out if your third eye is open, okay, set the intention. Okay. Like I'm going to sit in the stillness, and it's really good for these types of meditation to sit in the stillness. Don't do a guided meditation. Don't do this or that. Just sit in the stillness for a few minutes. Right. And then, what you do is you set the intention. I want to see my third eye. Okay.
Nice.
And then you sit in the stillness and you focus your attention on between your brows, and then you will see. I mean, I swear that this happens. Like, I mean, to me, it happened every time that I tried to do it. And I would just see, and you can see your eye there. And if it's open, awesome. If it's not, that's awesome too. But you got to trust the process, If you're just seeing an eye and it's closed, that's okay.
Yes.
It's like you really, really, really want to be awakened and you feel like that things are happening. It will get open. It will open. I promise you that. I mean, so yeah, I felt like I was supposed to say that.
It is so true. I think for me, I remember working with a healer, and it was a lot of past life healing because the third eye holds on to our ancestral work. So it holds on to our ancestors, it holds on to our memory of past life. And I remember doing lots of past life healing. I remember I was going back to back to back. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going in again. It was like weekly I was doing a past life healing. It was crazy, but I chose to do that for me, and I chose to allow my spirit to be part of that experience, right? And so what's nice about it is that even if you say, I don't understand why I'm doing everything and it doesn't work, trust the process, as Lauri said. It holds on to the debris of everything that we witness. It's a computer in life. And if you're going back and you believe in like karmic, past life, ancestral, all of that is part of you. And so that's also you're working through all of that. So you may be touching one little layer, but you're going to be going deep in those other layers. So,
and you may not be aware of all of that.
Thank you. Yes.
Like, be open. Exactly like what you just said. Be open to the process.
No judgment.
Whatever that is. Oh, we're all so on the same page. I love that.
I love this, girl. You is on fire.
I learn from you too. Every time we do one of these, I learn new things about how to do different things. I love that.
But this is what it's about. Us mediums taking care of our light workers, healers, intuitive, to empowerment teachers, all of us in our creativity mode. We got to take care of each other because this is what it's about. I always go back to, I love the movie Kardec. Have you ever seen the movie Kardec? Where they all go and they all have a message, but it's the same message, but they deliver it differently. And it's about honoring this, holding space for spirit and giving them the opportunity to come in to deliver the message as needed. It's like really supporting one another. You commune, you come together, and you're in that space of upliftment. And I love that. Like that's girl, you'll get me going. And it's like you're going into the community of this work, and it's like, let's help one another, lift each other, raise each other up, and it's about supporting one another. So that's my passion. Got my passion.
I love that. Oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah. So now you learn a little bit about Miss Debbie, because that's my, I cried in that movie. I was like, save the books.
What movie was this again? I want to write that down. Hold on.
It's Kardec. It's KARDEC. And he was like, I'll put it in.
Text it to me.
I'll put it in there.
I don't have anything to write anything down with.
But after he did all his, I'm going to give a little bit away, but after he did all his investigation, he wrote a book on everybody's story. One of the ladies was like, my name wasn't mentioned, and he was doing it as out of protection for her, right? Like he was writing it to protect the well-being of the medium. And so back in those days, the books were burned because they were not, just back in those days, right? And so the lady was like, she comes in intuitively and she says, I'm sorry, it's now history, so it'll always be known. Wow. The story will always be known. Even though you burned the evidence, the story is there.
Yeah.
So now it's history. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, I just got chills saying that.
Oh my God, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. Oh my God.
Because it touches us as mediums. We go through trials and changes in our life where we're really working through, okay, I can do this. This is how we are. And so as you work through your chakra system, you will go through these changes, and you will go through the lessons, and you will go through things. So, there comes a great responsibility with this work. So when you're doing this, yes, it's great. We're going to feel good and we're going to get healthy, and other things that start to come with it. There's a respect to spirit. There is an integrity. There's laws, there's rules, and there's things that also, now we're going deeper, but y'all listening here, let's go into some fun. Let's just take it to another notch. Let's do some reads, Miss Lauri. I appreciate you coming in and just talking about the Chakra Love.
Oh yeah, we can talk about anything. That's my whole thing. I will talk about anything.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, let's bring some magic and some fun. It's 888 tomorrow, girl. What we gonna manifest?
I know.
What we gonna manifest, girl?
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? And me, I love some music. I love to put some music on all the time. And we're gonna pull some cards for those that are still in here who stayed. I have a spirit junkie that's going to be here. And this is going to be given to me by Diane Molina.
Yay!
Yes, really interesting. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. I love Sheila. Magic time.
Not coming through the things aren't coming through the same way. Like it only says Facebook user.
Facebook user. Because I'm following on my phone. So I can see the names in my group.
Okay, as long as you can see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to share this again, and I wasn't able to do it. So okay, go ahead.
No, so let's give some shout outs. Allison Moody from UK. Hello. Sheila from the UK.
Hi, Allison.
I love Sheila. She's from Green Hall, and this is where I go and meditate with them as we do collective healing for the Ukraine, for globally, collectively. Oh. She's an amazing soul, and I am so grateful for her. So everyone give some love and shout outs to Sheila. And she says, thank you, love. I had the same problem. So Monica is saying that she had the same problem sharing, so she was having the same issue as you. Oh, so Monica, thank you. She loves your podcast, by the way. And before Monica.
Who does?
Monica,
thank you.
Mm-hmm. We love you, Lauri. Look at that.
We love you, Debbie.
I love the love.
We love our Rev. Rev is like...
She's amazing, right? Amazing. Okay.
So who wants a card?
We got a lot of people coming in for cards, so let's go in and let's start. Let's see where we can go. Reverend J would love a card. Let's start with Reverend J. You want to go first, or you want me to pull first?
Why don't you pull first? Because we have the chakra deck.
Oh, you want me to go to the chakra deck? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry.
No, let's do the
whatever spirit, whatever you think spirit is telling you.
I felt like I was gonna go a little rogue there for a second. I thought I was about to just jump in there. So now I'm going to go to the Chakra Insight Oracle.
You are hilarious. Oh my gosh.
So Rev, this is the chakra deck, and this chakra deck here is just
the only reason why I'm telling you that is because I know Rev and I have known each other for a little while now. We've never met, but she and I have become friendly, right? And so I think that the chakra deck I think would be good for her.
So I get the root chakra for you, Rev, which is shelter, safety, nurturing, and warmth. And so this is bringing it back to thyself and just allowing your body to be more in nature. And I feel like I want to work with water with you. I definitely want to come in, also be in the element of water. I also want to just be around the tree. So let's bring those essence of the tree with you, around you. And it's almost like the fairy. So I feel like I'm bringing the fairy energy for her. So I feel like when spirit's coming to you, Reverend Jay, I definitely want to bring nature, but it's almost like the sky and the heavens opening up. So like, it's like the channel opening. So let's get that root grounded and opened and just allow that energy to go. And I love when spirit does this because it's almost like that healing vibration that comes in with it. So because readings, mediumship, all of this is a very healing process. Yes, we're here and we're excited, but spirit is so intelligent. They're going to come in the way you need it. So Reverend Jay, let's bring that awareness back to the root. And then when I go from there, I feel like I got to just pull one more card.
Oh.
And it says, I accept the gifts I have been given as a high service to the world.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Rev, seriously, that is your card for you.
Right. Oh. I accept the gifts. And that is not hiding our gifts. That is taking them out and saying, hello, I am woman, hear me roar.
That is like, that couldn't be a more perfect card for you. Yeah. I mean, wow.
Well, spirit is intelligent.
I got chills on that one.
They needed to know what they, they said, pull another card. So we listened.
There you go.
Okay. So the next card, she says, oh my God, right. Thank you both. She says, right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you. That speaks volumes for the Rev. Allison says,
that's awesome.
I love you, Miss Allison. I'm so glad you're in here. May I have a card? And I need healing for my son. Okay. Reverend J, I'm sorry, Allison Moody. I will send healing. You pull the card, and I'll do healing while we're holding.
Oh, perfect. You know what I feel like? I have a few different decks here too. I've been getting into so I have my Nature's Whispers cards, but honestly, I feel like I'm supposed to pull one from my new deck, which is the empowerment cards. They're called Magical Times Empowerment cards, and I feel like, Allison, I'm supposed to pull this for you.
Okay. And Allison, may I have permission to sit here and hold space for your son and let spirit come in? Let's see what she says. Should I turn the music down? Allison Moody, baby girl, I just need your permission so that I can send healing while she reads the card. And what that means is I'm just holding space and letting spirit come in closer.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you are asking permission. That is so important. And people do that. I think especially on lives. So
so thank you so much, ladies. Yes, you do. Okay, go ahead, Miss Lauri.
Okay, great. So I am pulling, oh my gosh. I am pulling the card. It says gentleness. And it says strength is gentle. Wow. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. Okay, so I'm going to give you this. Gentleness. I realize it's backwards. I apologize for that. But let me just tell you, I've got chills on this. Strength is gentle. I have so many like goosebumps up the back of my head. It's crazy. Love in action endures. I really feel like that you have a lot, Allison, you have a lot of energy. Like your being, you've got all this energy. And I feel like that sometimes you might not know where it needs to go. Like, should I put the energy here? Should I put the energy here? And I think that some of it is conscious and some of it is actually like sort of subconscious. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't exactly know where I need to put this energy kind of thing. And I'm here to tell you, listen to your intuition. Okay. The strength and the thing that like got it for me, actually two of the phrases that are on here, strength is gentle and love in action endures. Okay. And you're doing whatever it is that you are doing from a place of love. I can totally feel the love that is inside you. Okay. And I feel like that you need to allow yourself, maybe go sit when you're in doubt about anything, Go sit in the stillness and allow yourself to just be. And that's where the strength is going to come. Okay. While Deborah's doing the sending you energy and that for your son, I really want to say that you are the strength for your son. It feels to me like you're more worried about your son than your son is worried about himself. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? That's what it feels like to me. Wait, he has struggled for 3.5 years to set his third operation, still not healing. I'm doing lots of courses to improve your intuition. Of course you do. And Allison, holding, it's so interesting because I love what Debbie said. She said, I'm holding the space. That is so important for you to be able to do for your son. Okay. Mm-hmm. Holding the space. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just allow yourself. I feel so much stress, and I feel like that when we allow the stress to come in and take over our being, what mm-hmm. ends up happening is that we lose some of that power, mm-hmm. So allow yourself to sit back and just allow. Yeah. Allow the strength to be. Okay. Yeah. And I hold you both in my prayers. So
yeah, me too, Allison. I was able to observe, and so just let me know how everything goes. You can message me. I know that we've worked together before, and it's really difficult when we're going through things like this in life, when there's illnesses, because we really want to have the best outcome. We do everything we can to get the ball rolling and to get the things, signatures, paperwork, all the things that comes with that. It's a lot. And so blessings to you, prayers went to you, healing went to you. So energetically, there was a lot of back and forth between you and your son. So I'll message you later, Miss Moody, and we'll talk about it. Okay. I really am grateful that you joined us today.
Yeah. There are no accidents.
Allison's always on point. And I thank you, Allison, too, for showing up for the Fulham platform church service I had. I saw you and I saw your face, and it made me happy to see you in the audience. So thank you for being there and supporting. I appreciate you. And I'm going to go to Monica. She wants a card. For Monica, she is one that follows you. She says, thank you, lovely ladies. Perfect. And when I go, Monica, I'm going to go to my deck, which is a Spirit Junkie, which I just got.
Oh, yes.
I love this deck. It's a new deck that Diane gave me, one of my girlfriends.
I might have to jump in and get one of those. Rev, okay, so I got to tell you, Jennifer there, we call her Rev. She got me like she's got like all these decks of cards, and I'm following on that train, and it's really annoying because my deck there's so many now. I have so many decks, but those sound really fantastic. Was that last card? Was that from the Spiritual Junkie?
Yeah, it was from Gabrielle Bernstein.
Yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really. She says, "Don't do it." Yeah, I actually was looking at cards, Oracle decks. My girlfriend, Corinne, I never would do Oracle, and I remember getting a reading way back with one of my mentors. She's like, "Deb, I see you doing readings with cards," and I was like, "No." I don't own cards, and here I have all these cards now.
See, that's what happened. People like it too,
Yeah, and it's a visual, and these are tools. So before we used to think, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna touch those."
It's tangible for the other person. It's not. Yes. Now, you know what will happen to me? I'll pull a card and I'll read it, and I'll be like, "No, that's not what I'm getting." But look how pretty this card is.
It's like when they had those little memes. Go shuffle again. I don't want that.
Yeah, one. Right. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. You go. You can take Monica.
So Monica says, "I see grace and possibilities in all my life's challenges." You know what's so beautiful? When I was doing the gallery, that word grace was brought into my awareness this week. Grace has been a big intuitive message for me. And it's like, how do we use grace with our work? And how do we go in gracefully and not like our energetic grounding, control? And so it's almost like managing our emotions is where I'm kind of going with this. And so for you, Monica, I feel like just breathing exercises will really help. And it's interesting because I've been wanting to do some breath work myself. I met a girlfriend in a class by the name of Kathleen, and she does breath work. And I really feel like the breath not only is a meditation, but also it's also purifying our blood, and it's also going into that like a deeper level of just calming us and soothing our spirit. So I want to give you grace, and I want to give you a little exercise of like breathe through it. But I also know that whatever you started in March is going to unfold, because I know that I'm going to March with you. But I also know her personally, so I know when you started your journey in March. Again, I got August, September. So hang in there with what you're going through. I feel like as the abundance comes in, continue to make the intention for more help. So if we don't ask, it's not going to come in. So I definitely want to say, hey, ask for more help. So if there's something that you're needing a little bit more, ask for it, and let Spirit just bring that little gift to you. I feel like if we start to feel doubt, or we start to feel a certain type of way, the universe really listens, right? So I want to give you like a positive outcome, like it's all going to work out. Like I feel like I got to tell you, it's going to work out. Be very positive and stay in the flow of grace and God. Like I feel like I just had to stay in that, like that universal energy, that life force. I feel like, girl, you got this. You're growing, and it's beautiful. So trust that, okay, Monica? And it's almost like, you know how like, oh my gosh, did I make the wrong decision? I got to tell you, no. You know, I feel like you're questioning your decisions, and I feel like, bring it back, girl. I hope this makes sense, sweetheart, if you're still there.
That's awesome.
And look at that. Use your intuition. There's the intuitive card.
Oh my God. That's so perfect. And it matches the other.
I love how they're matching this way, right? So trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. She said, yes, yes, yes. Yes, girl. Trust. I love that. So trust. So Lauri, let's see. Does anyone else in here will love a card? Because we got time for one more. And then when we're done, you guys, don't forget to follow this ball of fire. This woman of wisdom, this woman of love, because when we come together, it's just like the Tasmanian fireball energy that comes in with her. You don't want.
There's something so special about you to me. I mean, there's something very special about you to everybody in the world, but there's something like, I don't know, maybe we've had past lives together. I don't know, but I feel like that. You know how you just feel like you know somebody?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about you. And, yeah, isn't that amazing?
That's spirit, honoring spirit. When we are truly in the path of spirit, we can feel it. Have you ever had that, like I know you, and that's that soul to soul connection. And I love that. Thank you, Lauri. But look at Lauri, while you were saying that, it says, the more I honor my inner light, the more bright in the world I choose to shine. So I just thought I had to say that.
That is so cool.
They say both of us together are great. I feel like I'm going to eat some cereal now.
Well, I have to tell you, there are some really exciting things coming down the pike. Actually, before I say that, Sheila said that she wanted a card.
I love Sheila. Give Sheila a card.
Let's give Sheila a card. And then I want to tell you guys about a whole bunch of new stuff. Because we can actually say whatever we want on this one.
Yes, you can.
You can't really say everything that you want to say.
Say it all, girl. Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Go ahead, girl.
I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, I love Insight Timer. Okay, so Sheila, this is for you. Okay, so this deck is, it's called Nature's Whispers, and it is one of the most spectacular looking deck. Look at the artwork on this.
And that is how Sheila flows, by the way. Sheila is happiness. She embodies love. Oh, I'm not going to take your card. So
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's like, you know what I'm really getting from this? I don't know that Sheila recognizes how, lots of energy. Oh my God. Like I'm shivering. That's how much energy I'm feeling on this. Sheila, you do not recognize how beautiful you are to the world. And this card is a validation, okay? That when you lead with love, which you do, and I don't know you, I've never met you before, but I can tell you lead with love. Continue doing that. Continue doing that. Own the happiness, own the love, own the hope. Because look at this, it says hope and happiness.
I love that.
You are a beautiful individual. I mean, like I I'm blown away by your energy. It's so giving. So, but I feel like that there's some doubt in there. Like, am I doing the right thing? Do I feel like that I screw up sometimes and I don't always do the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Follow your intuition. Know that you are absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
I was guided to pull from her also. And this is my other deck, which is the angels and the ancestors. And there's a beautiful prayer. It says, guardians of the four corners, mother in the earth, father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. So this is like such a beautiful deck. We're inviting them, but I was given the card for you of the wise one.
Yes. Oh my God, that goes so perfectly with what I saw.
Yes, and I have to say, and I know Sheila. I've had the honor to connect with her for the last couple of months, and she works with the Greenhouse Spiritualist Church, and so she manages it all. She's a very busy woman, and this takes me to, like, yes, you are a grow within your current situation, so you have the wisdom to help you go through whatever you're going through. I know that the Great Spirit is with you. I know that your heart is in the right place. And so if you have to, I feel like, Sheila, if you're going to be coming forward with a decision that's not easy, I say just write it, close it up, and be okay with your choices and decisions. And I feel like I just felt like I had to pull a card for her. And so she's amazing, by the way.
Oh my God, her energy, she's got so much beautiful, loving energy. Like, I just chills, and I like shivered. I actually shivered. That's like crazy.
Stay in that power.
Mystic power.
Harness that power and anchor it in. I love it.
Beautiful.
Yes. Thank you, Sheila, for being here and letting us do this for you. And I know that there was someone else that said they wanted a card. It's Michelle. You can't see her because she's not, it doesn't show on here.
Oh, it's not showing there?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to give her an empowerment card.
Yes.
One of the new. So it takes me a while to like get the cards ready for me to use, because I go through each one and I put my own energy on it.
I know. I remember you were telling me when your daughter played with your cards, she was like, oh my gosh, your energy's all over my cards. I love that.
Oh, Sheila, you're welcome. Okay, so this is for Michelle. Michelle, this is gorgeous. Okay, this says expectation. Okay, and this is what it says: be open for whatever comes next. It might just be the music your heart's been waiting to hear. Now look at the gorgeousness.
I love the big dove as spirit, the Holy Spirit.
I feel like that. You know, you've hit this. Oh, look at my camera is kind of messed up. So I feel like that, and Michelle, I don't know you, but I really want to say is that you are ready. I feel like you are ready for whatever's coming next. And I feel like that there's a part of you that is just like, come on, you know? And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, surrender to whatever is next for you and allow it to come in naturally. Don't, and I don't mean to be like in your face kind of thing, but don't push it, because the more you push it, sometimes you end up repelling it. It's kind of like what happens in manifestation. Like if you say, I don't want to blah, blah, blah. I only want blah, blah, blah. You get more of what you focus on, you know? Mm-hmm. So focus on just allowing and just being in with spirit. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's the message. What are you getting?
Now I know Michelle, so I know her. She says, I know her exact in a way, but she's my goddaughter, so I know her.
Oh, you know her really well.
I know her really well. So Michelle, when I come to you, I definitely know that what I was getting is more collectively. And she goes, that's what she needed. And what I'm hearing collectively, as we worked with everybody, whether it be Allison Moody or Monica, those that got the readings today, right? All of us, it was like surrendering was a big thing with grace. And when we fight it, we're holding on to something that's ready to go. And that's really about not trying to control the situation. And we, as our natural human body, we're always trying to save or correct or hold on. And I felt like here, collectively, wherever you're holding on to that's ready to go, just surrender it and let it unravel and unfold organically as it should. And when that happens, you'll be surprised. There's always a gift on the other side. And so I can take that message. I felt like it was coming in very clearly collectively, not just for one person. So if this resonates with you guys, I know for me, I've had life experiences where I was holding on and trying to make things like, oh, this is going to work. I'm going to fix this. And, we're going full steam ahead. And it gives me a memory of my trance teacher. He says, Debbie, you're revving up for spirit in. Where are you going, girl? Because I'm just like, let's go, and the energy does that. Like, let's go. We're going to go in trance.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love that. I love it.
And it doesn't have to be intense. That's the thing. It can just be like very gentle. Come on in. Very gentle. I'm ready for the change. Very gentle. I surrender. And that the prayer was, give me the strength to accept the things that I cannot change and the courage to accept the things I cannot change, right? I said it wrong, but that prayer comes in a beautiful way. So really honoring your guys' self, be very gentle and have grace. And wherever is ready to go, remember, you asked for the change. And if you asked for it, the universe listens. And now you do the walk in the physical world. So I appreciate each and one of you for listening. And for those who go back to hear the replay, I honor you, Lauri, in giving your time today for all of us. Again, what is your website? Where can people find you? And then what you're doing next. You said, I have something to share.
I know.
What was it?
I've got so much going on, and it's a little stressful because it's like, it's new and change, and I love it, right? My website is laurialbert.com. I am live on Insight Timer. Well, I was doing it every day, almost every day, but now we're kind of changing things up a little bit, which is fun. There is a new situation coming into play, and I want you guys to be ready. I'm not ready to announce that part yet, but just be ready. Things are coming to change. Go to my website and check out my spiritual development class. It's starting in 2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks. And I am here to tell you that, well, first of all, there are only 8 spots, and it's almost half filled at this point.
Okay.
So if you're interested, join now. I don't keep it expensive on purpose. Okay. Because I want people to understand their beauty, their gifts, individually, because we all have individual gifts. So I was teasing a little bit because I got some stuff coming up the pike and some new. I will be on, follow me on Instagram, because that's where things are going to start. You're going to start seeing stuff happening for me.
Yes, girl.
My thing is LauriAlbert_happy medium.
And I'll put a post with your information and where people can find you with your bio and stuff. Because I know we were trying to decide what platform to go on. So I'm having some algorithms on IG. So this will be recorded. This will be shared on my Facebook page. This is running on my YouTube channel right now. And then eventually, guys, I'm going to load it up to a podcast. So
nice. Are you starting a podcast?
I'm trying, girl. I'm working on it. So you'll be the first interview on there. So,
oh my God. Oh my God.
So and it's all about exactly what you're saying, teaching and giving the knowledge. And so when we come live, we can focus on the readings, and we can focus on just being a service and holding space. And when we're doing little interviews, yes, we'll do the interviews and we'll connect. And at that point, it's really about, let's load it up here. So when you want to go back to it, you're going to say, here you go, with a little exercise that you can do, that you can self-care, self-teach, and bring that spirit connection for yourself when you're ready and you're able to sit down and be in your own stillness, right?
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Love it.
I got a new thing coming out. I'm getting a website going. So things are definitely shifting for Miss Debbie.
Right?
I know.
So much fun. Oh my gosh.
I know. So spirit is amazing. They push us out of our element, and we are leveling up. And that's what you're all doing. I want to let you all know that those who are listening, those who are in here, you all are connected to the spirit realm because we all are holding space for each other to get that message. And did you see how it came in collectively? It wasn't just for one person, it was for all of us, because they're so intelligent and they know what's up and they know what we need. So yes, look for Lauri on IG. I will post her comments and her info in the bio. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone for listening. Happy Sunday.
Have a beautiful afternoon, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
I love your birds chirping in the background, girl. That was awesome.